Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining me today for yoga in our city, Chair Yoga. I'm Anne. Now, some of you that start an exercise program, including yoga, there's some precautions, especially you want to see a medical practitioner if you are pregnant or nursing, or you're on medication, or you have a preconceived or pre-existing condition. So it's always great to check with your medical practitioner, especially if you have any questions or concerns. So today, this session is going to explore chair yoga, but it's chair yoga basically is more than a posture. So our yoga practice is much more than just a posture, or as we can say, asanas. So please pay attention to how you feel after doing the session. Usually people respond that they feel very comfortable in their own bodies. Yoga helps to build that we accept ourselves as we are. We accept any limitations we have because we know this too will change and transform in time. Again, as we age, we have to change the way we do things. Maybe we're more cautious when we walk, especially. We had snow here in Connecticut yesterday, and people are very, very concerned that when they walk, they don't want to fall because anything can happen, okay? We can fracture a hip, hurt our knees, fall, whatever. Now, in addition to this, we notice too, we become very aware of our breathing. And we can use the breath during the course of the day to help in so many ways. Maybe I feel a little tired, so I'm going to connect with my breath and I'm going to do a breath that gives me a little more energy. Now, the other thing is for basic daily functions, getting out of bed in the morning, brushing our teeth, combing our hair, washing our face, maybe preparing breakfast or dinner. We need the small little joints or fingers, and we need to keep those, I want to say, limber. So in order to do this, we need to move, if we have fingers and if we have arms, we need to move those, okay, to keep them, as I say, lubricated. So today we are going to do quite a few practices using our wrists, our hands, and our fingers, and also with our toes. So we want to start with our sitting mountain. Now, every week we start with sitting mountain, which is our foundational pose. So let's first begin though with props. Now, what will you need today? Of course, you have your nice sturdy chair, right? Now, you may have arms or you may have no arms like I do. And here's the back of the chair. And you want it to be comfortable but sturdy. Mine has nice wooden legs and it's flat. You know how some chairs, they're a little wobbly. So that is a no-no because safety is number one. Now, second thing is we're going to sit for sitting mountain in the front of the chair. So I have a blanket here. Now, some of you may want to take your blanket and put it on the back of your chair. And you can use this not only for our cool down at the end, but this can be a barrier. So again, you don't slump back in the chair or go forward. So this is like a board, so it allows us to be active in our sitting mountain. Now, in addition, we have blocks. And if you don't have blocks, you can use a full tissue box or whatever you have. And these would go in front of you if your feet do not touch the floor. Okay, so maybe you have a high chair, not a high chair, a high chair, and your feet may be dangling. So that's when you want to have the support of your block. Okay, now for the sake of this session, I'm just going to put it on the side for now. Then you will need, I have a elastic band here. Actually, a physical therapist gave me this, and I like the size of it, but it doesn't matter whether you use a yoga strap, okay, which I have right here. This one's a little bit long for some of the movements we're going to do, but I'll show you both ways. And maybe you don't have either of those, but you have a scarf. Or if you don't have a scarf, well, you can just hold on to your socks if you have a pair of socks on. Okay, so let's begin. So we're going to align our body, and we're going to start with our foundation, okay, which is security on the earth. So our feet are coming flat on the floor. We're going to wiggle to the front part of our chair. And of course, safety again is very important. And you're going to take your toes and just squish them into the earth beneath you and the heels. And you may want to keep them comfortably apart from each other. Then we're going to take our hands, place them together, knuckles up, and we're going to bring it right in between our legs. And this is the space up towards the fleshy part. And notice that your hips become very aligned. They set perfectly on your pelvis. Then we're going to move up, and we're going to take our fingers and place it at the bottom of the belly button. And we're going to pretend to zip up our bodies. And as we become more and more aware, we will naturally realize or become mindful of how we are sitting. So now you're going to take your right hand and place it under your right buttocks and push the fleshy part over, and then the left, the same thing. Left hand, push it over. And again, we always talk about those sits bones, okay? Those are the two bony parts. And we're going to do an active sitting posture. Now we're going to take the shoulders and bring them forward up towards the ears and push them back. So now the chest is open, and our breath or prana will move the energy right through our physical body. And of course, our mental. Then moving on, wanted to take, let's just take the two fingers and place them on the chin and just kind of push it back nice and gently. So the chin is parallel to the floor. And then we talk about the drishti. The drishti is that little spot, and we don't want to go any farther than where your wall meets the ceiling. And we use the drishti also to focus and to keep us mindful or in the moment. And those of you that have another practice, maybe mindfulness or meditation, you probably are very aware of the drishti, or that spot where you focus on. Now, in addition, after we open the chest, we've done the chin. Now we're going to zip up, coming up, 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 up. Now you become aware. Am I actively engaged sitting on the chair? And bring it down the back and engage the muscles, your whole lower body. Engage the muscles, work them. So how do you do this? Well, we can tighten them. So you feel the thighs tighten front and back. You feel the toes and the feet grounded on the floor. And the top part of the body is relaxed. So here we are in sitting mountain. Now, next we're going to move into our intention for the practice today. And I will say the intention out loud, and then I'll repeat it 3 times. And you can either close your eyes or leave them open, and you can either say the intention out loud or whisper it, or just think about it in your mind's eye. So I chose for the intention today that I am connected. Whoops, I just lost my blanket. I am connected to my yoga practice. I am connected to my yoga practice. I am connected to my yoga practice. Remembering and being aware that yoga is more than a posture. Now we're going to move into staying still in that nice, alert sitting mountain pose. We're going to start with a breath. So today we're going to do 2 breaths. Now the first one is called coherent breath. And it's a nice simple breath. And we're going to inhale, and I will count 5, and exhale, I will count 5. So that could be your ratio. Now, some of you may prefer to have 6. So if you can go to 6, you do whatever you need to. And if you have shallow breathing, then maybe you need to only do 4. Okay, but we're going to, as we sit here, we're going to close our eyes and just begin to be in the moment, to be present in your body or in our bodies. Present is our body awareness. And if you prefer to keep your eyes open, that's fine. For the coherent breathing, we'll do 6 full breaths, inhaling for 5 and exhaling out through 5. Now, if you prefer to take your hands and place one on your belly, one on your heart space, that's fine, or both on your belly, totally up to you. And let's begin with the first breath, which is called coherent breathing. Now, this will calm you. It's a calming breath. And in addition, it's a balancing breath. So you're going to balance the right side and the left side of the brain. Now, in addition, they say that the coherent breath regulates the heart, okay? And the reason, of course, is that when we are calm and we're concentrating on our breathing, extending our breathing, our heart space loves it, enjoys it. And let's begin. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the last one, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now you could stay in the moment and keep your eyes closed, or if you prefer, open them up. But notice your body awareness. How do you feel? How does your mind feel? Do you feel clear? Was your breath smooth? Was it full? Or did you find it was interrupted? Maybe you're feeling a little anxious. So whatever it is, without judgment, just take notice, because this too will change. As we practice our breathing will become longer and smoother. Now, the next breath we're going to do is an interesting breath. It's called a mindful breath. Some people love this because they see a visual. So with their eyes, they can see the visual for the inhalation and the exhalation, and it's very easy to follow. Now, for this mindful breath, you're going to inhale through the nose and exhale out through the nose, and just go at your natural rhythm and your natural count. So you want to feel comfortable in the breath. So if you can count to 5 and then exhale 5, that's perfect. Okay, so take your right hand and you can place it in front of you, palm facing out or palm facing in. So I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to do palm facing out because I'm going to work with the thumb. And I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to inhale, come up one side of the thumb. Exhale, come down to the opposite side. Again, inhale, come up to the side of the thumb. Exhale, coming down. Inhale, slide the fingers up the thumb. Exhale, the other side. Inhale, coming up, and then exhale down. And then again. Beautiful. Now this, because it's visual, for those that are visual learners, it's a really nice mindful breath to use. Now, I just chose the thumb, sliding on the inhalation on one side and then exhale the other. But it doesn't have to be that way. So you can go inhale, go on the outside of each finger, and then exhale on the opposite, starting with the pinky and just slide down. And that probably would equal approximately 5 breaths. And we could try that. Okay, so now I'm going to put my full hand out and let's begin. And I'll count also. So we're going to inhale, coming to the next. And exhale. It comes to 5, almost 6. And of course, it depends upon how fast you're doing this. So that's very simple. It's a mindful breath. And the other nice thing about that breath that I find is it's a sensation. You could feel the outline of the fingers. So you're touching your fingers in your hands. And that's sometimes very comforting for people. I've seen this mindful breath being used in a child's yoga session because, again, they see the visual, which is awesome. Okay, now next we're going to move from the mindful breathing. We're going to start with warm-ups. So let's come back into our sitting mountain, our foundational pose. Feet grounded on the floor. Notice, is your lower part of the body shaping into the L, and then the upper or the torso is relaxed and straight up. Let's make sure those shoulders are back so that chest is open, bringing the heart forth. Now we're going to come forward and I'm going to ask you to slide your hands down your thighs, and then bring the hands up the legs and just feel like a rubbing sensation. Again, be aware of any bodily sensations you feel as you do this. Again, being comfortable in our own bodies is one of the wonderful benefits about yoga. So after we're done with the session, we have all the benefits of what we practice on the chair. And then I'm going to invite you to drop your chin, and your hands are on your lap, and then bring the chin up, and then look to the right shoulder, synchronizing the breath with the movement. Exhale, coming forward. Inhale over the left, just to get some movement into the neck. We'll do this 3 times each side. Now, those of you that were here last week, we went through symmetrical exercises or movements, asymmetrical, and then we did a crossover, which helps with the cognitive acuity of our brain, the crossover. So now we're going to do the next movement, and I'll demonstrate for you, but it's asymmetrical. So when you inhale, both hands are down on the thighs, and then you inhale, you're going to turn the right hand up towards the ceiling. Exhale, take that right hand, place it down on the thigh, and move the left one, palms facing up. And let's do this synchronized or asymmetrical movement. So inhale, exhale, kind of like patty cake we used to do, right? And relax, both hands on the lap. And then we're going to turn the neck again to the right side, but our left arm is going to go up as we inhale. Now, you may be only able to reach so far with your arm, but to protect the rotary cuff, if you can, continue. The palms are facing down, and then as you come up, if you extend it as the neck moves to the right, and then coming down in exhale. Now, if you have no arms, then you can visualize this movement. Now let's do the opposite side. So we're going to take our bodies or our necks and move it over the left shoulder and inhale. And exhale. Now maybe you can come a little farther. As we discussed that each posture we can have 3 tiers. So maybe you can only lift your arm up to here, or maybe you can't lift it at all. And if you can't, you can just kind of move the arm, move the fingers. Let's do the opposite side now. So we're going to turn to the left and raise the arm up. And coming down. And then the other side. So wherever you at, be mindful and aware and never go beyond an ouch. No straining. Yoga is a beautiful movement, synchronizing breath and movement. And it's gentle. We must be gentle on our bodies. All righty. So that's where we moved the left to the right, raising the arms up. Now again, that is, actually that one would be a cross-sectional exercise. So now we're stimulating the brain because we're trying to synchronize the left and the right side of the brain, and we're having the brain work as a unit, just like our body. This time we're going to do the opposite. And then the opposite side. And then reverse. Now we're going to move into the arms and the shoulders. So I'm going to invite you to raise your arms to the side, arms out. And again, we're going to rotate the neck. So I'm going to take my right hand and cross it over to my left shoulder as I move my neck over to the left shoulder. We'll do this once, then the opposite. And again. Now again, if you need to lower the arms, that's fine. Just bring them down wherever you're at. And if you have no arms, again, you're going to visualize. Visualization is a very powerful tool. Okay, bring both arms down. And again, just scan. Go into your mountain pose, your sitting mountain. Just scan the body. How do you feel? Does it feel good to move parts of the body that maybe feel a little stiff? Next, we're going to move into our feet. So I'm going to invite you to take your foot, and I'm going to go to the side so you can see this. The visual will be a lot clearer. So what we're going to do is take the left foot and raise the toes up, and then back down to the heels, and then heels up. Now you may want to take your socks off. I'm just a little cold, so I'm going to leave mine on. But this is a wonderful movement for the toes. Our toes are very important in our feet. We want to exercise the toes just like we do our fingers. And now I'm going to move around and I'm going to do the opposite foot. So here, same thing. Raise the toes up and then raise the heels. Of course, we do not want to forget about our ankles. So next we'll do ankle rolls. So for the first ankle rolls, we're going to take the toes in, push them into the ground in front of you, and just move around. So what we're doing is reverse. You could feel the movement, the ankles. Now we're going to take the left leg and raise it up and then out. And now you need to use, if you're going to raise your leg up, this would be actually probably the second stage. So first we would, maybe you can't raise your leg that high, so just bring it right out. Or you can just slide it on the ground in front of you. So this would be actually level 1. Then level 2, you may want to come a little bit further out. And level 3, I'm going to raise my leg up, and you're going to use the core strength in your breath. And now you can make circles again and reverse. Now you will definitely feel the muscles in the thigh and right above the knee. And reverse. Use that core, which strengthens the lower back. And then lower the left leg down. Now we're going to move into the right. So level 1 may be just sliding the toes forward. And breathe. Level 2 may be just raising slightly. And then level 3 would be straight out. And again, we're going to rotate. Now again, we're going to use our core and our breath. Bring your awareness to your shoulders. Make sure that chest is open. Our body awareness, it definitely improves when we do exercises, especially that have to do with symmetrical, asymmetrical, and crossover. And with the yoga, with the breath, breathing is so very important. We become stronger. We're able to, surprisingly, handle obstacles or situations that maybe before we couldn't, because it strengthens us. We're comfortable in our own skin, and yoga strengthens us, body, mind, and spirit. Now, next, I'm looking forward to this. We're going to do the pigeon pose. So, to begin with, most of us, if we've ever seen the pigeon pose, it's mostly done on a mat. But we're not doing that because with the pigeon pose, raising the legs and bringing them under and then coming up is not for the chair yoga. So for our chair yoga for pigeon pose, I'm going to take my strap or my elastic band. You take whatever you have. And the elastic band, as you see, or whether you have a scarf or you have the yogic belt, okay? Now we're going to take this for the pigeon pose. You're going to separate your legs like in a V. And just come to the edge of the chair. But again, safety is number 1. Now maybe this is too wide, the V, so you may be in an L shaped, or you may just keep your legs straight ahead, okay? Again, wherever you're at. Now we're going to take this for the pigeon pose, and I'm going to place it under my right foot. I'm going to make sure this is very, very taut. So if I was on level 1, I'm just going to move the pigeon in and out. Now this is wonderful for the hips. Stimulates the synovial fluid. Now if you're at level 2, you're going to just come a little bit farther out. 1, 2, and then 3. Again, synchronizing breath with movement. Now if you're in level 3, you can move it farther and then back. You can definitely feel the hip. Nice exercise, and be very careful. And then come down. And now what we do to one side, now we're going to do to the other. All righty. So again, let's realign. Now this time I'm going to show you using the yoga belt. Okay? But you can keep whatever you were using. Okay? All righty. So here's the belt, the yogic belt. As you're going to see, this is really long. They do come in different sizes, so whichever. Now I'm going to take this again, and I'm going to tighten it a little bit, and I'm going to put it under my left foot. Nice and tight hold. So if I'm on level 1, I'm simply going to keep it down here. In and out. Now, level 2, a little bit farther out. Be aware of how you're sitting on your chair. Remember, we have a memory in our brain of how we used to sit. Let's say you slumped forward for years. You're going to have to really work on that to become mindful to sit up and not fall back into the neuromuscular memory. Okay, now if I was on the level 3, again, I'm going to feel the movement in my hip. Beautiful. And we can lower that down. Soles of the feet back on the mat. Heels down. Okay, now toes up again. Both toes up and then down. Now take a look at your arch. Okay, some people have flat feet. Others have a little bit of arch, like I have a little arch. And the arch is very important for balance. And that's one area as we age. I know myself, we have to work on balance. We maybe want to practice a little bit every day. For example, we can hold on to the back of the chair and we can just lift one of the legs up very slightly and count to 10 seconds. And I did not want to get into standing movements today, but I can show you that. But please just stay where you are seated. And I'm going to move to the back of my chair. So what I'm going to do is turn the chair so you can all see me. So it would be here. Okay. Now, for the back of the chair, what I'm going to do, I've got to watch my hot water here. So for the movement or the practice of balance, I'm going to come on this side of the chair and I'm going to inhale and lift my left leg off the mat or my foot. And I'm going to try to hold it for 10 seconds. But I'm holding onto the chair for security and safety. And just breathe. So I would practice this. And then I would do the same on the opposite side. So I'm going to take my chair and I'm going to turn it this way. And now I'm going to do the opposite. Again, inhale, stretch it up for however high we can do it. Maybe it's only an inch off the ground. Maybe it's a little farther, and count to 10 seconds the first time. Now, as you become more comfortable in your balance, and as it becomes more defined, you can increase it from 10 to 20 or whatever you're comfortable with, until eventually you may not need to hold on to the chair. You may be able to stand and balance without any support. And even if you do that for a few seconds every day, it begins to help again with our balance. So moving back, now I'm going to show you the next movement. So we did toes up, heels down, then heels down, toes up. Okay? Now we're going to move into our fingers. Now, what we're going to do here is, this is a little long for our finger or hand movements. So I'm going to wrap this back up. But if this is all you have, a long strap, that's okay. Just use it. Okay, and I'll just put this aside for now. And I'm going to take my elastic here, which I absolutely love, and we're going to actually take, it's almost like kneading. We're going to take our right hand and we're going to walk up the band. Again, coming into sitting mountain. Breathe deeply. Now we can go all the way, maybe halfway, and then come back. Now you could do this every day. You're kneading and using all the fingers. You also may feel a little bit of movement or be aware of your wrists. So let's do that again. Now, if the arm gets tired, you can just use your other hand or arm for support and come back. And then back up. And let's do it one more time. Get all those fingers engaged, including the thumb. Great. Now we're going to do the opposite side. Now I'm going to invite you to take that right hand, just shake it out. Be aware of sensations. Feel the fingers. Now, who would think such a simple movement is so wonderful for the movement of the fingers? It's like playing an instrument or playing the piano. Okay, now let's do the opposite. Again, if you need support, you can hold on, or you can just keep it very close to you. We're going to ride it up. Get all those fingers walking, including the thumb. And back. Now, because I'm right-handed, the left feels different than the right. It's more of a challenge for me to use the left. Now, some of you may be aware of it. Some of you may be ambidextrous. You use both. But I've noticed this. And this is in my own body. And one more time. Get all those fingers and thumbs moving. And reverse. Same thing again. We're going to take our strap or our band and we could put it away. I put it behind the chair so it'll make it easier if some of you, if you prefer not to bend down, so you can have your props right on the back of your chair so they're easily accessible. Okay, so coming back to sitting mountain, let's take that left hand. We're going to shake it out like we did the right. Great. Okay, next we're going to shake the whole body, moving, move the whole body, get the shoulders involved, the legs, the toes, just move around and shake, 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 shake. Get that blood flowing. And then you can move back and forth on your chair. Okay, now for the last asana today or posture, we're going to inhale and come forward and do the cat-cow and exhale, hunch the back and come back towards the back of the chair. We'll do this 3 times. Inhale. And feel, be aware of your lower back. I feel such a release doing this. Tighten that core. Again, inhale. We'll do this. Actually, we'll do it 6 times. So stretch, stretch, stretch. Then exhale and tighten the core, the muscles in the belly. Right here. Tighten it up. And again. And coming back. Hunching the back. Coming towards the back of the chair. And again. And let's do one more time. Inhale, stretch. stretch, stretch, stretch. Exhale, round it out. Even engage those shoulders and bring the belly right to the back of the back. Stretching, tighten the belly. And then back to center. Let's come back to sitting mountain. And let's bring the awareness to the face. And this time, we're going to move into, we call it the lion's breath. Now, I'll demonstrate it. I did this in a class for children, and they absolutely loved it. It's also noted to not only release tension or to release whatever you're holding on to, but in addition, it's used for halitosis, people that have bad breath. That's what halitosis is. Okay, so we're going to inhale through the nose. I'm going to put my shoulders back, coming forward, tongue sticking out. Come back up. Now, if you can make the sound, that's great, because you're exercising and moving your throat chakra. Inhale. Again, tongue sticking out. Oh, I forgot the lion has bulging eyes. So now we want to stretch the eyes. Let's do it again. Inhale. Tongue out, eyes stretched. And back to center. And just relax. Come back into the sitting mountain and take note how you feel. Does it feel like a wonderful release of any tension that you've been holding on to? Now, with my mind's eye, I'm scanning my body, and I noticed that we didn't do any side stretches. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to inhale over the left arm and stretch. Take the right hand, put it by the side, and just stretch down. You can feel the opening of the side body. Again, if you're on level 1, maybe you can only slide the right hand down and leave the left holding onto the side of the chair. Or you may be able to go part way or all the way over, opening the chest. Come back, exhale down. Now the opposite. Inhale, level 2. Slide the left hand down by the side of the body. Feel the opening of the side body, and back down. Let's do the other side again. We'll do 3 times each side. Oh, open and stretch. Now, let's come back to our intention, which was, I am connected to my body. And just simply breathe your coherent breath or just natural breathing without counting. Now feel the connection of your total body. Again, a benefit of our practice is to have a clear mind, to be focused. So when we are doing our functional chores during the day or whatever it is, we can handle things that come our way. Again, using the breath and the stability that yoga gives us. Remember, many of these movements, especially the crossover movements, so the crossovers would be, I raise my right hand up and then my left hand comes over to my shoulder. So this also unites the left side and the right side of the brain. So that makes us more aligned. Okay, to our center core. All right. Now, thank you for joining me for those movements. And now for the next part, we did the lion breath, which is also, by the way, it's a cooling breath, okay, getting us ready for our next section, which will be a basic quiet scanning. So you may feel a little bit chilled because we're going to be cooling down, or you may feel a little cool from the lion's breath, okay? So I'm going to take my blanket here and I'm going to wrap it around me. And I'm going to ask you to just listen to my voice and bring your awareness to that part of the body that I state and just visualize that part of the body. So the eyes can be closed. Now I'm going to invite you still to stay in sitting mountain. And you can take your hands and you could place them on your thighs. And just scan your body for a moment. Now, if you feel that this is too much of an engaged or an alive way to sit, because we are engaging, it's an active, sitting mountain is active. The bottom of the legs, the thighs, they're tightening. So you may prefer to slide the butt back, but have the support of your back on the back of the chair. You may feel more relaxed this way. So take your hands and place them either palms down or palms up. And if you'd like, you can take your hand and place it on your heart and one on your belly. And breathe. Now, as you sit and connect your breath, inhaling and exhaling, your body feels very relaxed. Your toes and your feet and your heels are relaxed. Your ankles are relaxed. Your legs are relaxed and your knees. Your thighs feel relaxed. Your buttocks is relaxed and your belly is relaxed. And every organ inside your body is becoming nourished. Your intestines, your stomach, the oxygen is nourishing each organ of the body, of your body. Moving up, relax your hips. Relax your rib cage. And relax your chest. Now moving to the back of your body, note your spinal column. It is relaxed. Your lower, your mid, and your upper, all connected and relaxed. The spine is lengthening. Your upper chest is relaxed. Your shoulders are relaxed, both the front and the back. Your whole body feeling very relaxed. Your upper arms, relaxed. Elbows, relaxed. Lower arms and wrists and hands and fingers are relaxed. Your neck is relaxed, both the front part of the neck, the side, and the back. Your chin is relaxed. Your mouth and tongue is relaxed. Your cheeks are relaxed. Your nose is relaxed. Your eyes are relaxed, whether they are closed or opened. Eyebrows, forehead, temple, all relaxed. Your ears are relaxed. Your head is relaxed. Relax your forehead completely. Your whole physical body is completely relaxed. Every organ in your body is nourished with fresh oxygen, fresh flow of blood, and the release of any toxins in your body through your exhalation. And simply breathe. Coming back to our intention, I am connected to my yoga practice. I am connected to my yoga practice. I am connected to my yoga practice. Notice as you leave this evening, and whether you're eating or relaxing tonight or whatever it is, notice how you feel. Do you feel comfortable in your own skin? Clear mind. Mindful of each moment. Mindful of every movement. Noticing any thoughts that come to your mind or to your mind's eye. And stay, if anything comes in the mind that is disturbing in any way, come back to our affirmation or our intention. I am connected to my yoga practice. And if you like, when you say that, you could look in a mirror and smile and say, I am connected to my yoga practice. And now those of you that have your eyes closed, please open. And let's take our hands and palms together, rub them, get them nice and warm. Take the fingers and interlace them. We're just going to move our wrists and then reverse. And then we're going to take our hands, place the palms together, bring right to the center of the chest or the breast. And again, say your intention softly. And I want to thank all of you for joining me this evening. And we'll see you hopefully next week. Thank you. I'm Ann signing off. Yoga in Our City, Chair Yoga with Ann. Good night.